As the general elements of crimes against humanity, therefore, have not been met, the Chamber will acquit all three accused of all counts alleging crimes against humanity. The Chamber will now address the charges of violations of the laws or customs of war. The Chamber heard evidence covering the alleged murder, torture, rape, and cruel treatment charged under 19 counts. Having considered the evidence presented on individual counts of the indictment, the Chamber found that a large number of alleged crimes were committed by KLA soldiers or persons affiliated with the KLA. These crimes included, in particular, the ill treatment of persons detained in the Jablanica compound. The Chamber found that KLA soldiers in the compound, or persons affiliated with the KLA, severely beat Witness 6, Nenad Remishta, Pal Krasniqi, Skander Kuci, Witness 3, 3 unidentified Montenegrin men, and 1 unidentified Bosnian man. The ill treatment of these persons amounted to cruel treatment and, in several cases, torture. The Chamber also found that 2 of these individuals, Skander Kuci and Pal Krasniqi, died as a result of the ill treatment. The Chamber found that KLA soldiers interrogated and ill-treated Novak Stiric and Stanislav Radosevic outside Klodjan in April 1998, after the 2 men had been stopped at a KLA's checkpoint. The Chamber also found that a KLA soldier raped Witness 61 in the KLA headquarters in Ursnic sometime in the summer of 1998. The ill treatment of these persons amounted to both cruel treatment and torture. The prosecution had charged the 3 accused with 30 murders, where the victims' remains were found in the Radonic Canal area. The Chamber found, however, that only 7 of these murders could be proven beyond a reasonable doubt and were committed by KLA soldiers. These were the murders of Zenon Gashi, Noria Krasniqi, Istrev Krasniqi, Saniya Balaj, and the mother and the 2 sisters of witnesses 4 and 19. The evidence presented with regard to the perpetrators and circumstances of the remaining alleged murders was vague, inconclusive, or non-existent. In relation to many of the victims, the Chamber received evidence merely about where and when they were last seen alive, and about them being found dead in the Radonic Canal area. The victims were last seen alive at different locations in 3 municipalities over a period of 5 months. Many of them were last seen alive in areas which were under KLA control at the time. The control the KLA exercised over the Radonic Canal area was considerable, but not complete in every respect, during the indictment period. this raises the likelihood that the KLA abducted the victims and either killed them and deposited their bodies in the Radonjic Canal area, or took the victims to this area and executed them there. The Chamber has considered the ballistic evidence which the prosecution presented in support of its allegation that a weapon fired in the Radonjic Canal area was also fired by the KLA on 2 other occasions, one of which was the clash at the Haradinaj family compound on the 24th of March 1998. Some imprecision in this evidence and the impossibility of verifying it led the Chamber to decide that it could not rely on this evidence. Furthermore, it could not have answered important questions such as who had fired that weapon, when it was fired in the Radonjic Canal area, and what the chain of custody of that weapon had been. For only one of the victims found in the Radonjic Canal area, Saniye Balaj, the Chamber received extensive evidence about the perpetrators of and the circumstances surrounding the murder. The case of this victim demonstrated the level of caution with which the Chamber had to proceed when considering inferences as to responsibility merely on the basis of the disappearance or abduction of a person and the discovery of the remains of that person in the Radonjic Canal area. On the face of it, all the elements appear to be present. An arrest by KLA soldiers, the inclusion of Saniye Balaj on what seems to have been a wanted list used by those soldiers, transportation to and interrogation in a KLA headquarters, retrieval of the bodily remains in the Radonjic Canal area, and forensic medical evidence of a violent death. At first sight, this would make it among the strongest cases from which the Chamber could draw inferences about murders committed in KLA custody. However, in this case, the detailed evidence about the circumstances of Saniye Balaj's death revealed that the apparently obvious conclusions would have been the wrong conclusions. For example, the Chamber heard evidence that a KLA commander ordered Saniye Balaj's release. She was carrying a large amount of money, and the KLA soldier who murdered her was aware of this.